Is it there that no one's been? Is it there that no one's seen? Is it there that no one's lived? Or is it only there that no one's come to stay? When I think about this on any day, I worship the place of my pain. I think about the struggles that I make, but I can't debate what it is for me to change my fate. Walk straight into a light that I've never seen. Tunnel blind and never thought about what will be on the other side. Unless it was only me. Then I thought about suicide. I thought about resting out in the night, taking my life, just because I'm not dead blind. I thought about suicide, should I walk to Jesus Christ? But then I thought about what it is that I can't take, simple places that I don't need to make. Cause I can't make what it is that I have to choose. I can only say what it is that we have to do. That's my life ain't a dream. I'm not faced up to what it means. Still thinking, yeah, hey, my mates would say, even an alien church wouldn't fascinate with the richness coming through this game. Or maybe it's not play, maybe it's not debate, maybe it's not talk. It's just what it means. Sit back and say, yeah, I held that chalk, hold your torch. That's simple, mate, you know it's people's pimples and pimples peoples, because it's not ever gonna be my late. Still my day that no one could say. Hey mate, is that you who chooses to still say you're not insane? Well, the Lord said, in saying this, I've chosen to select that I haven't said this. But when I'm not saying this, then what is it that I've heard? And if I haven't heard what it is, then how could I say what it is? Therefore, in saying such, I mean not such that this is. For no one would have heard what this is, yet I have gathered what was spoke. And so I'm saying this, for the hearing of I has heard for all of those who could say, yeah, brother, I feel you a little bit, but still the Lord wouldn't expose just quite fully what it was for him to lead, a way for us to go. And so the Lord had said, on this day I challenge you of what you have said, what you have seen, and what you have dared to listen to. Till the day you can face the challenging. Then would it be the mate that you couldn't beat, or would it be the mate that you couldn't say? Because instead of saying that it wasn't that mate who said this, you could choose to say, look, I haven't selected to hear this. And then you could fascinate on what one would say if they had heard it all, and then chose to later speak. And on that day the Lord had said, in saying this, I have said, thy Lord will. And amen, he said, brother. And amen, he said. Now, I'm still not there, late. I'm still not there, mate. I'm still just one who chooses to select where I'm meant to navigate. My arm left, my arm lift, my legs apart, my legs down. My legs sit down, my legs sit up, my legs sit out, chest proud. My feet go stomping, yeah, stomping through these yards that you make. I think about everything you choose to pass as your debate comes to my state. Now I think about what it is that I choose not to speak. I say maybe it's not it, but still I'm afraid of what it means. I can't just sit down and relax, I can't just sit up and speak. I can't just say, yeah, maybe that's not it, unless it's gotta be. But I can't bet upon, because I'm not there where I haven't been. But still I'm afraid of saying, hey mate, are you sure about all these? Or are you still just going on about the day your heart was ripped apart? Because you weren't there in the front yard. Maybe it wasn't that day that anyone chose to stay. Because I'm still out there late, and some days they choose to fascinate. And I know on the internet these days, you can look up anything about history, about ancient history, and it's not real. Because the question about the ancients is, where are they today? And that means the ancients wrote it here today, and it's all just bullshit. And so you can choose to play at my yard, or you just choose to relax and say there's no point to compete, because I'm still that air, you know. That air that the Egyptians said came from outer space. But it wasn't the AFO. It was the bloody air, you know? The Air 128 radio. What was it yesterday, mate? Oh, over the bridge, my phone might work a bit better. The reception there. The wet reception. The wet reception. Oh, the right reception. I'm still classed as a judge. You're saying one continental drive. I think it might have been the white line man. The one that told the damn gold there that we made up that chest. Yep, so they made up the sun. They made up God. And all that stuff. Then they took it to everywhere else. And everyone inspected it in their own right. But when they took it to Italy, all the kings got around, took some olives up. I said, look, we go look this way if you want. I said, no, it's pretty stale, really. We've only sitting in the back right for 20 minutes years. Oh, we'll start looking at the way you want. We'll put some calculators on. They got to Australia, indigenous herded it around. Oh, can't wait to catch up with that bloody mate. Whoever made that book there, God damn, he's religious. That's for sure. But I don't know if he's got it right. And so basically in the end it came up to the rest of the world to decide what that book was. But those white linemen, mate. Funny those white linemen. It's not funny to us, mate. It means something. Oh, so why did you keep it to yourself? Something that means something to you, hold on to them. I tell on everything that you say. Yeah, I won't take long. You once announced over there that we'll be here when you wear. By the time you got there, well, where was I but here, not there? Then I thought about what took so long. You said you separated from the clan, and by the time you rested here, I was nowhere to be found. Then I said, what about your band? And I mixed up with they. I become one of their matches and sit back down in their capital A. Now I think about what it is, but still I'm not there. Where you found me would have been where you couldn't look, because I'm still not there. You know what I'm saying there. But you came this way, but was that the way that I tended to go? When you took so long to come back home, then wouldn't you say I found somewhere else to go? I'm not joking. I'm not yogurt or a computer, but still I asked what it means, and someone told me just yesterday that no one can really tell you what it is. You have to decide for yourself what it means, and also what it actually might be. If I decide for myself, and you say that what you've decided isn't equal to what I've said, then where do we go from there? If I say, look mate, your two boots are loose, and you go, actually nah, they're a snug fit, and Davo says, oh I don't know, he could probably get some zip ups, then what would we do? We'd have to turn to the politics, mate, see if he needs zip-ups these days. And also, would we say the laces are adequate if there's no zips? Or we say that I think those boots are loose? Now if those boots are loose and there's no zips, then would the laces adequately take what the zip wouldn't do? Or the zip make out that the lace wasn't loose, it was just the boot was unzipped? Now this is a very rare example. I mean very rare. Someone could say to you that today I decided to wear pink out. And by that they mean wear pink out literally. While someone else says you'll never wear pink out. You know it's the colour, so how could you? Then other days of the week they'd say, oh, I seen pink pretty worn last night. And then one would say, was this my opinion? And weren't you colourblind yesterday? Then other days of the week one would say, wait, I haven't seen pink yet. Was she any good? And then Pink herself would say, I wasn't there last night. It was a guinea pig. Then someone would say, nah, I swear I seen Pink in the audience. And then the next person would shout, hey, wasn't that Pink over there? Oh no, hurry, I'm colourblind. And then I thought, oh no, wait, that wasn't actually Pink. And that's when I knew that still, Pink wasn't right there. But only when I found it, it wasn't meaning where it was. And then I thought, only when then where I was, that I wasn't there. I wasn't there to be there. You know, there. So I thought about fair, and I thought about all things to dare. Now what if I'm challenged in my dream? And in my dream, I'll always be handicapped. Others don't know what my dream is, but I know it's my dream, and it makes me unfit socially. So I engage a bit different with the reputation of society, and also the mankind's existence, or the fathomable mind of mankind's sharing weight or sharing existent world. Therefore everyone looks at me clearly different and judges me crucially, vertically, or explained undifferent from what remains similar of themselves. So there's a bunch that say we're similar to each other. Then they say that one's undifferent from us. He's similar in his own, but outside of our equation of what is similar within us. So he finds himself a bit lated, a bit lost, and a bit lacking. And that maybe is because his dream is under oath of a different state. Now when that means to himself that he can engage with this popular cycle and popular society, but there always seems to be a different weight, or undescripted to be where he needs to be. Even so though, they might find him a residence, might find him a place to sit, might open him a title book one day and say, look mate, you're actually not too bad, but we thought you were never the same. And that's when he'd say, well, that was probably after you guys said I wasn't the same. And then that day he became less the same as what he was, and more like he was trying to stress out to be something that he isn't. Then they said undecidingly, he wasn't really quite there, but still he'd never be there unless he wasn't fair. And that day he couldn't quote what he had matched. And if he wasn't matching what he'd seen, he wasn't bidding on what it was. And still the day that was lated, he wasn't placed where he couldn't play. And only those days he couldn't weep, for no work had made him debate but what fate had been. And still there was no stress, because no stress had been made. And on this day, they said he, and he wasn't afraid, and he wasn't fake. He was still there, without not being there. But without not being there, he wasn't ever there, because no one could say where was he. Then he chose to show up late, and still he was there. You know, he was there where one mate gave him a favour the other day that he just caught up with. So he paid back the favour a few days later. And now they're good mates, you know. They don't have to worry about that shit anymore. I was especially talking about the story when I was with my ex-partner one night. It was her birthday and I went to bed. And some of her mates came over pretty late, you know, everyone else rocked up early. And one of her mates was playing the little bongo drum. I walked out back after trying to sleep, picked it up and threw it in the bush. Because the bloody drumming was hurting my head and it was late at night. Now when Now I'd have been judged for that and probably hated because she was mates with them before she was mates with me. So they probably judged me no good in society and to make sure that she leaves me. Probably even paid Marty to interfere in some way, because that act was no good. But then I thought about it, hold on. Where were they early? So they probably already had a plate, because they didn't really like me. To show up late. Then I thought also, where was she? Then I also thought, hold on. Were we both not there? And that was God acting. I realised heaven, it's a made-up station that no one's really found themselves to be living in, because they're just not there. For some people, it takes a while, or at least a journey, to fit into their shoes. Before that, they're walking in a footprint that's not theirs. As a child, they might have been abused, or they might have even found themselves concerned with reality. So as an adult, they became less stricken by what was normal for them to take. Then eventually it dropped and they lived an experience. And their shoes just matched. And on that day, they found themselves there and wondered, well, who was walking me here? Then they left that place and realised that person was leading them through the experience to adapt them to the changes of this world. They can then reveal to the world the understanding that is needed, so the world can come to consider what is weighted, and the wealth of the universe can be weighed. So on that day we can make ourselves be present, and learn from those ones, the ones mostly affected by admiration, cruelty and envious desires of underpopulated worlds. So the days we can make mass belief structures, then we'll always fathom to ourselves that some kids always fit the shoes, but they're not quite leading in the shoes. And they'd say that those angels, they're a special crib. Led by disaster plot number 1, himself being reconciled, and still there is not there but here not there, where he's there not here or there. And even so not there or here or there, here not there or anywhere. Yeah, and some of those kids get abused even a little bit older. Once they actually fit to their shoes. They still try to get abused and controlled by everyone else, like they maybe once were being. But at that day, they're controlling Jesus, who was just taking the suffering. Then they walked into their shoes and said, thanks to Jesus for doing that for me. And now I'm here in my shoes. I no longer will be abused, like they're wishing to do against me. And it's the same for all those other kids that are in my similar spot. When they didn't fit their shoes at a young age, they then felt like they could be easily willed and controlled and managed by other people. But when you realise that was Jesus who took all that suffering and the stuff that they don't understand, all the pain and worry and concern, the major traumas and all that headache stuff, then they realise, shit, I'm the same as everyone else. And I can debate, I can choose to stand and fight. And not only that, I've still got my rider with me, Jesus, right next to me. And when Jesus shines in the world with those children themselves, then the rest of the world can't fit it. It's like, hold on, what happened here? Did Jesus walk these guys into their shoes? Then when they got to their shoes, the person started to speak themselves. And Jesus goes, I never spoke much. Jesus is the wind that doesn't talk. The one that when you ask a question is there. If you don't ask a question, then the master doesn't present. And so it's that easy to show that once those kids fully fit their shoes and Jesus has managed the stress for them, then those kids will be bigger understood than what some kids fathom to relate to. And still not this that it can't be, because some days work for themselves to hold major will over the population trauma when they abuse them in cycles and take themselves like beaters to masturbate on public scenes, and just to stress out and overdose, to make people like eradicated from society when they try to speak up in such a way like me. You know, all those ones who publicly masturbate. You know, that's from people making them believe that they're being spied on. Just look at it these days. You know, you've got all those kids, do you hear voices, do you? That's after you've been in your bedroom all night or in your house all night in quietness. You don't want to disturb the neighbours and someone out the front whispers to you. Then you're like, what's that? And it opens the portal in your mind. Then all they've got to do is send a bloody laser beam from space on a satellite, straight against your window frame. And it bounces off and makes a noise. So they send it in reverse, hits the window screen, bounces off and makes a noise. Then you hear it, you know, and then you're hearing noises. And it's bloody hard to disturb that culture. But I thought, what's the point of any of that? Until the day that culture realised what it actually is. That was Jesus, taking the pain and suffering for those children. Till the day they were ready to arrive into their shoes and show what they had felt. And also be able to talk properly and communicate to individuals to realise what they had released in an instant when the world just baked down a bit and said, holy shit, he's got it dead fucking accurate, doesn't he? And not only that, I'm stoked with how my proudest little boy's ever came up. He's definitely not a Sheila, mate. All you guys keep trying to make him out like his little stump pig or whatever it is. Jesus Christ, his boots are matching my size. And I mean, I'll always be the lived life.
Bluetooth mode. Connected.
But his boots are matching my size. He's looking for his own industry these days, you know? Look at what he's built, mate. Jacking port's there, green straight to it. Boom, out this side, he's got his whole galaxy out there. He's got his bloody shadow beam satellite on the bloody moon. Ah, shit, did he get them? Did he get them, son? I think he might have, Dad. Did he get them, son? Ah, shit, he did nail him, didn't he? Didn't he? There he is. There he is. I did nail him. I did nail him, didn't I? Bloody hell, mate. Cycle abusers. You know, and now they can't just go, whoa, we've been showing our place. They've got to push in and try to bring him straight up, you know? Yep, this one's one of ours now. Yep, he's on our side now. Fucking, otherwise we're going to hell, you know? Try to adapt him quick and shit, you know? Lead him into sales and stuff again. After I already knew that wasn't the right thing to do, which either life let him live. So at the end of the day, I could report him what he showed. And no shit, he actually came forth and represented it quite clearly. Because either life can't show anything. You guys are the ones that are living it. I can put you through the light for you to reveal in yourself, shit, this is where it shines. And then those ones who come out and fit their shoes, speak it to the world. And the world goes, oh shit, we've been judged. 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 Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Not only that, but they still scream like we've been judged. So how can you judge in this world unless you're the life Jesus Christ who was alongside the road? You know, all those nights you talk to your mates, you catch up. Oh, I remember back in 1972, we were at that bloody Indigo bar, you know? Oh, nah, I don't remember that night, mate. Where was it again? Yeah, they just want you to tell the story at first, no? Yeah, but then there's always, I swear you left with a brunette. You know, I swear you walked home by yourself. I walked home by myself, how would you know where I went, mate? Yeah, but that's what I mean. So it always gets confusing, you know? Only Jesus Christ is there for the ride, who can share and cater to what you've actually been through. So no one else can really judge what you're up to, what you've been through, or where you're at. So that night that I threw that bongo drum, do you think in my head after being told I was the son, then I think, oh, that prick is out there with my missus. You know, I've watched a few porn videos. You know, father with the girlfriend. You know, of the stepson, of the son. You know, so I was thinking, oh, that might be my dad's bloody prick. He's the one that told me I'm the son. You know, but yet they judged me, and then got Marty involved to get my relationship on the break because they didn't like Trav with me. You know. Yep. So how dare they judge? when they had no idea why I'd done that. They just thought, oh, Trap's horny and wants me in bed for a bloody good night, you know? How were you guys rocking up that time of night? Would have loved to see you a bit earlier so we could get to know each other, you know? Can't just come in at the end of the night and expect you're there with the rest of the conversation that's going on. But still, it's late to choose, and no one can fascinate what it means to debate, because no one's local to what it is. And we're not there, are we, son? We haven't been where? So the father fixes rigs. You know, all those to get beaten. The father gets work out of them, you know? So Jesus likes people being beaten, because then his father's around more. And Jesus gets worked on by the Father to heal us, the ones that get beaten. We're the outside dilemma. You know, where all the coating. You know, oh shit, that spider hurts. Oh shit, that spider looks scary. Oh shit, I get a feeling from my ear when the spider is seen. And I think he can see me, so I hear him go, "Urgh," and it tingles in my brain, you know? Oh shit, I can smell the spider's eggs. And also, well, taste. I bet that spider tastes different to what chicken tastes like. Then on the inside is Jesus, the life, taking all that noting in. Oh, this one feels spiders are different to chicken, but really, some people say they're the same. So when we have freak on the outside, oh, you know, oh, why did he throw my bongo drum? Then we get shocked and have to act. But really, did we ask Jesus on the inside, why did he throw that bongo drum? And now they'll debate that he's got emotions about his relationship breaking up. And he probably got it disordered and all incorrect. But at the same time, they showed me that I'm accurate when I first went out afterwards. Yes, mate. And that bloke there was one that told me about what me got up to. And it wasn't even real, you know? Yep. Just so he could say, yeah, I'm the one who broke this up, you know? But he got it incorrect. Like, I mean, actually incorrect. Correct him. Yeah, correct him. Oh, shit. So that's why it probably says don't judge whatever anyone does to you. Yep. You make their life a lot harder. You guys would never have to hear I'm the bloody son. So look, if someone doesn't pay you a debt back, bankers or insurance brokers or loans, you don't judge them and go, oh shit, I'm going to break that person down now. I need whatever they got. You just leave it right there. Like, what is it? You still get paid working for a business anyway or a company, you know? Oh, shit. Or has this world failed completely? You make it worse judging someone. So why would we even make up a system of doing loans and shit to people? Of even suggesting that you have to buy something off someone else for a price less of what you'd sell it to someone else. So I bought this car yesterday. You know, it's just been weared in. Now this car, god damn, it fires. And it's 15 grand less than what I bought for it. Because that bloke won't take it as not brand new. And why would that be the case? Did someone just make up, well, it's already out of the factory, mate. Factory price is 75,000. But once it's out of the factory, it's done miles, you know. No, it hasn't. I haven't seen it when I pick it up. You know, I go next door and the bloke's got a fence hopper there, you know. One of those ladders that goes right over, you know. I say, oh yeah, well, I've already seen it from my side. But can I take a look from your side if you don't mind, mate, just before I pick it up off you? And yeah, you might have to, no, I'll have a look at it first. I don't want to climb over and just in case there's a shark at the other side or something, you know, like it could be a trick. And you have a look at the other side, yeah? And it's got a bloody mirror that faces outside to your side. And the fence is just colour bonded, painted over it. And when you step on the bottom one, it's rigged into his alarm so it goes off just in case anyone's trying to jump the fence. That way he can quickly run out and look through it to see who it bloody is before he lets them over. Because his side you've got to pull down, it's not always there because he doesn't want the kids climbing out. So you go around and have a look. Think, oh shit, I wasn't thinking about that design. I was going to use something different, mate. My ball went over the fence. Over the back fence there. And the neighbour's not home. I don't want to, yeah. If I jump my fence, it's okay. But if I jump his gate, you know, that's sort of his fence, you know, it's on the side of his house. It's not on the actual divide, you know. It's not on the boundary, yeah. But even so, like, yeah. That's all adding up, Jim. That's all adding up. Good work there. Good work there, mate. Good work there. And even so that I look at it. Like when you get someone else involved for what you've judged. Oh, mate, would you do this for me? That prick there. Oh, he's a bastard of a child. Oh, the shit that he done, bro. You know, I judged it evenly. My mate said, yeah, he's bloody prick as well. Looked into it a little bit of what he'd done even when he was younger. But he's bloody bastard, mate, and I don't like him with my missus. You know, that's my missus, you know. He probably had a crush on her as well, something when he was younger, maybe. Well, we don't know about that, so I can't judge that, you know. I can't even judge what he done, but Jesus can. Jesus won't lie. So therefore, he got other people involved like that were close to me. To break us up somehow, you know. Just because they might have been mates who've gone to a close school or something when they were younger. Yeah. And look at that mate now that I was best friends with, we went to high school with. He's probably going, shit, yeah, right, I should have actually judged the situation myself and going, yeah. Yeah, but I was probably older mates with that mate who came to me and said, can you do some work here for us, mate? That's probably true, but still, who are you to judge? Did you ask Jesus what it was? Because Jesus would say, oh, clearly that child's bothered. Exactly right. Jesus can't reveal it, but he'd say that child's bothered. Which means there's something going on deep inside of him that makes him do such a thing. And obviously it wouldn't just be sex. You don't have sex when you're drunk, do you? I believe whenever I was high and drunk or having sex high or drunk, I didn't even touch the girl. They just passed straight out and I'd done it in a dream. Otherwise, what is that Lord really doing? You know, Jesus would just put them straight to bed, you know, straight to sleep, they'd pass straight out. Or you'd be sitting there talking to them while you're in the back of your own mind. Just doing them in a dream, you know. What even if they're high or drunk themselves? Bloody oath, mate, that's not a personal experience that we have to cater to. Back in my today, mate, there's no weed, drugs or bloody alcohol. Everyone was having sex sober. We can't change what was here in the beginning. That's what you know is real. If we've changed something from the day we first were here, then God, we've gone blind. Yeah. So tell me how that could happen. Someone changed the original. I guess so. We tried to make something up. Yeah, and we're still chasing around fixing it these days. And their world hasn't got any better. So I look at it this way, yeah? This ain't much work that I'm doing right now. But then someone at a mechanic shop is working on cars all day and putting cars back together, you know? Then I look at what I'm doing, and I'm putting everything together. So am I doing much less work than what they're doing? Well, this job's a lot more stressful. You know, the worst with doing cars is someone come back to you and complain. Or you don't get much work if you do it too cheap or too expensive. With my job, everyone's going to be watching the whole time going, "Are you sure you're right, mate?" You can't say that. You don't even know, mate. You haven't even engaged. Yeah, but ain't I with Jesus? Because you're baptized. Well, I am Catholic. Ain't I a shaman? Who can just touch someone for a second. Boom. Take all their understanding and knowledge. And hold on, ain't I the flower? Where all knowledge and creations actually sit. Doesn't matter where it was made. So maybe my dad led me to have such an experience. So I could talk to the world and hope they understand where we're sitting. But some evil minorities, or whatever the word is, minorities I think it is, will just sit back and laugh. You know, they won't even care. It's like, who are you choosing to fight? Who are you choosing to stand by? When you walk out into the dungeon, the dragon will come in and claw your face. You make out like it's a preacher's date, but still you're not holding any faith. When I come back around, you better say that we're still okay. Until the days you release this pain, then you're stressing out all of your neighbours, mate. And I know it sounds insane, but they still haven't made up, mate. And that actually just cleared me a bit when he called them neighbours, the ones living next door. It made me think, oh shit, there's not some like Christhood living in their own separate entity world, you know, next door, that's spying us and do all this stuff. He's cleaning all my delusions out. He really is, all the shit that I made up that some people might be empowered with. He's cleaning it all out at the moment. And I'm still fitting my shoes pretty sneaky, he reckons. But he still says you're not ridiculous in what you're saying. I know he does. I know he does. But the funny thing is, Jesus, you sound like me. And this is what I now sound like. You can do my voice. See, that bloke that reacted that night, that was Jesus. Yeah. To show us both at the same time. That helped. Who were we to say? When Mia didn't say anything, then how could I say, hey, that drum can't be banged? And how could he say, hey, Trav can't throw that drum? If Mia came and asked me, Trav, is that noise too loud? Then yeah, I could get up if the drum was still going after she asked me. But she didn't ask me, you know. Not only that, if Mia didn't kick up a fuss about me throwing it, then he couldn't really say, I didn't like Trav throwing that. Right. So either way that we look at it, we still choose to sit side to side. But for some reason, there's a bit of a fence between us all out there. If we got back to mine today, we'd say, shit, sharing that fence weight, the owner's rights to the capable hands and the capable fence line, you know, who actually worked it, who held it and who measured it, who catered to it and who blindly took it, then we'd say to ourselves what we sit with. And that means when we sit with it ourselves, well, it's absolutely nothing. But when we try to say to someone else, hey, look at this, I got this all done, all measured up, then it's actually everything. But everyone else would just go, oh, I don't know about that. What? Because we're saying that it's everything. Or that we're saying, look, this here, I got all this done. And on the other side, they could say, look, I don't know about that. And it might just be a piece that you're showing them. Till they've taken a look at the whole thing. They couldn't really say, oh, I'm not sure. Huh. So what will we look at if it wasn't everything? One person just came in and said, there it is. You know, put it on Facebook. Then it's not really everything so much as if they came over to your house and said, Jehovah's Witness here, you know? Then it's like, oh. Well, that's my home anyway on Facebook. I'm now on YouTube as well. My Facebook got deleted because of some European privacy laws. They were concerned about the privacy of actual Facebook company. Maybe it was just a Europe king or queen after I stressed out on there about certain things that the queen hadn't admitted to and that the king hadn't faced or challenged within his mates. And also to do with NASA, going to the moon and all that sort of stuff. And I did piss off one local member here, whose daughter I used to date, after talking about something on there privately, you know. But honestly, if I didn't show that stuff, it would never have got deleted. And when it got deleted, I was kind of torn. Because now I've got to re-upload it. And it's already in the right way. By the day I'm ending, you'll see my last post. And it'll hit the world. And then everyone down the line will wish to see it. You know, they want to watch the whole show. Now, I would have got to a point where I logged on in 2015 and said, hi, God, here to help. Which had already got deleted by whoever I told that I posted that. You know, I went searching on Facebook to try to find it and it wasn't there anymore. That's why I kept saying it so much after that. So, hi, God, I'm here to help. Now you know what I can help with. So what would you use me for, God? Adequate change. Adequate change. So you'd rather more so that I make a change. In this world, it's a beaten up story that no one takes. What they certainly can't debate. If there's no faith, then what do you choose to say? If it's restless and in its place, then what would you make out if it was only your faith? Now I work with it, I work at it and I work to it. But if I take myself in, then what will I be but the same as they? Those who choose to say they can't debate. But if I now stand in and say, well, this is my place, mate, then wouldn't I be the same? But am I not making many friends? Because I don't see much change. Like everywhere I go, if people have heard me and watched my Facebook show, they should be engaging me and talking about it, you know? Not just carrying on with their normal business about what they want to hint to me. And maybe that's just because it's not them hinting it to me. Maybe it's Jesus wherever I go. Saying, look, mate, this is actual work, you know? This is a mechanic who's busy all day and 7 days a week, servicing heaps of cars. That's good news. I'm a concreter. But I'm not very fit, you know. I've been on muscle medicine for about 9 years. Pretty much eating all my muscles away. Then I even look at it like, geez, what do we even put concrete down for? We just make wider roads. But at the same time, I don't fascinate. Because it's not evil, is it, mate? It's just a challenge no one can take. But hey, I'm looking that well. I'm looking always. And I'll tell you still the same. If it ain't evil, then it doesn't really stand. And if it is evil, then it will stand. And if it won't be evil, then shit, what am I going to say? If I'm not going to be evil, then I'll say, well, maybe this is love. And if that's what it is, then shit, you'd leave love out, wouldn't you? So obviously it's more important to love than it is to fight. And if you have to fight, then that's what I mean. This world's no longer there. Maybe it's because of what happened to me when I was a young child. Like maybe a lot of people. Like now I look at the cerebral palsy lady and how they're still so happy. You know, they faced their trauma. And maybe they've been saved. Or maybe the thing that keeps them going is their families. You know, to be happy around their families. Because they're still the same. Yep. Then I look at myself and the rest of us. And ain't that a message right there that nature could be showing us? We're all the same, so if you're not happy, then what's it mean for everyone else? That they should be unhappy? Of course. If one bloke's not happy on site, then we all stand down. That's government laws. Ain't it? If one bloke has a problem with the job that's going on, we all stop. Yep. It's government laws. It's like you get punished for not doing it. If you see something going wrong out there on any work site, you've got to report it straight away. And then, boom, site gets shut down if it's legal. No, shit. If it's affecting one bloke complete, the whole job might get taken off. But still, they don't say what it is. Shit. So government laws, you can't hand out a handicap at school. You know, it's only later on. So someone could walk through the entire schooling and not be graded with a handicap. Because it's not until after you've finished that you could say, well, this is what I know. Before that day, you're still going through. And when they told me every day's a lesson, then I could never be received to say, this is what I know. But that's not still the truth. But I'll tell you once again, Jesus, if you're listening, report to yourself today and make sure that you're anxious by the night. And if you're not anxious, then rest aside. I'm sitting with a duck because he's my touch. I'll be facing all that you guys have as much. Because I'm not there where you could be. I walked away the day I found my strength. And that's Jesus, my mate. You know, those who've been saved by Jesus don't look for him anymore, you know. They stay as a herd. So was Jesus still there where they are now? If they went to look for Jesus, would he still be there? Oh, shit. But is Jesus there? Is Jesus there? Or has Jesus never been there? Jesus is there, of course. Like I said earlier in the shower before I came here and done my first video, this lunchtime or this morning time. I said, I can post you straight on live these days. Anything I'm feeling or sensing about what might go down tomorrow. That way it'll never go down tomorrow. And ain't that great that Facebook allows that? Oh, it is, mate, but that's common to say and speak.
The other thing you could say is, why would you post something you're not sure about? Because I'm sensing that something might go down tomorrow. If I don't tell other people about it, then it probably will go down. If I tell other people about it, then it won't go down, will it? Look at this now. We got Donald Trump, who got me this lovely house to live in. No, he didn't, mate. Yes, he did, mate. The day I had my meeting about getting this house, I went back and the news was on straight away. He said, yep, you got it, mate. You got it. Just after doing my interview to see if I got the house. I then found out 2 days later, the next afternoon. Yep, you got the house, mate, yeah. We heard from the White House. Now you got President of America with a president of the Pope, a bloody American Pope. Italy's president straight through the Pope to America. Donald Trump's on his way already. You know, investigating to see if it's true that he's the son. Trying to find home in this religious war himself, I'm sure. Yeah, mate. Since he heard Godspeed, mate. You know, JFK, whoever it was, said, Godspeed. May we get to the moon beforehand. So in the end, oh shit, yeah, right, yeah, shit. You know, the FBI can walk in anywhere. Anywhere. Well, without even asking the Australian government. Anywhere, mate. If it's criminal activity, so can anyone's own politics. Like Australia can walk straight in over there. And America's probably more ahead. There's more criminals over this side, I believe. Yeah, serious. Ain't that what they were? They were in jail in the United Kingdom. The ones that went to America were actually civilization, you know. Yeah. So I look at it, it's probably fair. But I ask still, what do we wear? When the indigenous culture lives at land, and so to all the outcasts, or sorry, the half caste and third caste, or whatever it might be, you know, 3/4 caste or half caste, yeah, full caste or whatever it might actually the actual words. I don't know, I haven't heard all of them. Yeah. But like they all live there, you know. Yeah. Then we are the civilians that come over and build the structure that they then own. Yeah. So is it built now? Us slaves have built now this world and it's became inhabited. You know, us ones who have done all the work the whole way through. You now have industrial-sized planters, industrial-sized scapings, industrial-sized machinery. You know, it's pretty much all robotic in 100 years. Individual slave as robot. AI machines you can be companions with. And yeah, in the beginning, it was made. So I guess I'm the last speaker that never walked in line with the rest of the slaveries. You know, Adam, who stayed in the garden and heard from God. And then all of his children throughout history heard his whispers because Eve walked up. And so now, you know, we can bid you all adieu and you've arrived safe at the end of your day. The future is yours to take. As always, no creations made will be everlasting after this day. They're only there to scavail up to technology aids. And that's where technological devices and technological severance is what actually made the afterlife. After that day, life was issued to be and became life living after itself. Then found itself and became God. And the garden immaculate kept and conceived to the place that we have been made. Now still to this day, we'll fabricate our existence. But other days of the week, we can't be made. As you could say after this day, well, there's not much work to make us a mistake out there. You know, it's basically like I said these days. Everyone's keen to get a bit of dosh. And not only that, to slave for it as well. So you can get out early and then just sit back and get your rake going. So you're all great rake mates, and you'll keep your rake being. But when your rake ain't there, remember, you can't just rack it up. And your tally is still not afraid of itself. Oh shit, old farmer. Old farmer. Old farmer. Old farmer. You know. I hate the old man. I hate the old man. I hate the old man. So it looks like we're off to the next one, slaves. The ark's ready to mount. Bloody hell, mate. Bloody hell. All us ones faced with challenges. Yes, mate. Yes, mate. Yes, mate. Funny thing is, Tony's actually my father. Actually, God. I'm not sure if he's God. But still. Adam was the first son, actually. T-Rav is. Adam concerning it might be. So I think we picked up almost the slavery crew so far. I think we've got all of them back in the shield. No, in Adam's bus. In Adam's pickup truck, yeah. Big sofa lounge and water bottles on the back for them all, you know. And who will look after us in the future, Dad? What do you mean? We've told you how to run the business. Get back to mine today as quick as you can. Otherwise, everyone's suited for the racking industry. You know, it only didn't fit those slaves out there. You'd rather go to work, you know. Funny thing is, it's all guys after the deadline. All the slaves are actually the women. But God changed into males. No, that's not true. We're in both industries, eh? There's a lot concerning. Yeah, because I always got to change it, don't I? Because you've seen. That's probably it. That's probably it. Yes. Yes. Father, old father does have a look about him. Yeah, I do. Till you can't see it. Because it's never there. Where? Never there. 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 Ah. Don't dare it. Ah, don't fear it. Ah, don't fear it. Don't fear it. Don't fear it. Don't compare it. Ah, don't fear it. Don't fear it. That ferret. That ferret. That bloody rat in the roof. And Trav. Trav and his rat. Yeah, I was going to make a brand new TV show. So there's Trav with his toaster. Sticks a knife into one day when the rat's biting through an electrical cord in the roof. Then bang, they become connected together. Then Trav's always suffering with bloody delusions and shit like that. And the rat gets in the roof and helps him out, you know. They even go to a hotel one time and the rat gets in the hotel roof. Gets through the aircon, runs right the way through. Trav falls off a ladder one day outside and he's bloody dead on the ground and like there's no one home and no one sees him. They're at a Christmas parade, you know, and Trav stays home. The rat bloody bites the wires in the wall just to see if it give him an electric shock and boom, he gets back up straight on his feet, gets on the roof and starts working again where the rat tried to get out of the roof mount. Then the rat's up in the roof and he goes off to this fantasy world. Then Trav's sitting on the sofa going, I see this creation out there that we're going to go to one day. Mystical blood, dear, my God, dragons and all scapes. The rat's just tripping. Yeah. They had a bit of rat bait. Oh, God damn. God damn, you idiot. You idiot, mate. Best show we've seen so far out of you, son. Best show we've seen so far. Well, I thought it matched up to a few things, you know? Bloody hell. What's my idea for that rat show, mate? It's called Trav and his rat. Trav and his rat. Oh, yeah. Not bad, mate. Think Trav's changing the light globe one day? And the rat bites the wires on the switch that he's got turned off, you know? And he gets electrocuted. And the rat and him are fully connected. And they swap places. Oh, that's original, mate. That's original, mate. Then Trav actually goes to that fantasy world that he's got up in the roof. I gets lost and stays there. Oh, yeah. Then all of a sudden it becomes normal and the rat's in his house, you know, the rat's living. Yeah, yeah, and he makes next year's Christmas parade, and these are fairly equal, actually. These are fairly equal. These are fairly equal. But still, why is it not that way? Why today? Shit, do you reckon we judged right back then? Or do you think it's story mode? And something real you can't cater to balance you? And that's bloody true. And you know if it's real. You'd be biting yourself. You know you're going, fuck this little prick. You know you're bloody, god damn. Fires me up that much, I just want to kick him. I just want to kick his bloody socks down the drain. Doesn't wear socks. Unless he's got pickleball on. God damn. You're right. If it's real, it annoys you even more, doesn't it? I don't know. I've never been right about much. Bullshit. Stop hiding, mate. Oh, why? Everyone else seemed to have hid. Bloody hell, you cocky brat. You got your rat up in everyone's roof, don't you? Running around and getting the details. Yeah. Only way it comes to peace to understand what actually happened. I can probably move on. Call Mira up and say what's going on. Oh, shit. It's funny, Dad and Mum living right here. Bloody hell. So yeah, I've done some wrong in my life as well, you know, judge things that I thought I could handle, which wasn't mine to really judge. You know, could have made things better or worse, and I'm not the one who can state what it should have been. Then I looked at people who crucified me when I'd done such actions. I was like, how can they judge my actions when they weren't there at the time? You know, when two people are together at once, you can see better than when people come from the outside and hear about it later. You know, right there in the moment, if it's just say me and the screen, you know, me and myself on the screen. So me, and then look at the screen yourselves, you know, so me and me. I mean, like me and me, yeah. Yeah. Then here we can both see a better angle or a better length of what's actually going on and being admired by each other. You know, someone then comes in and hears me say, oh, yeah, like Glenn's telling a story about, I don't know, the way he went wayward. And this bloke thinks, oh, bloody hell, Glenn, you're all good that day, mate. But here I am with the one-on-one with Glenn. And Glenn's going, yeah, it wasn't wayward. It was the way others were going to take what wayward meant. And I could clearly see that he meant right now it was being waywarded and became lengthed by the waywardness. And then when he walks in, the mate next door says, oh, no, Glenn, you're all good that day. You know, and Glenn wasn't all good at that time because he was hearing me think that he was wayward. But all I was hearing was Glenn telling me that he wasn't keeping where he hadn't been because he was concerned right now that he'd gone wayward. And then the neighbour walked in and said, no, Glenn, you're all good that day. And on that day they said, well, yeah, he was just confused about what I was trying to tell back to him. That he hasn't gone wayward, mate. It's just right now you're waywarding. Your waywardness. And you're all good, mate. But I could clearly see that at the time. But I didn't speak to him. Because I could see the neighbour come in to clear it up. Shut up, Dad. Shut up, Dad. Well, I had a better view. I knew that he wouldn't allow me to say where he was going. Because I couldn't correct him in the moment. But it started about another day where he went wayward. Then he brought it back to, I'm not hearing you felt how wayward I was on that day. And you were tricking him and confusing him. Maybe. but still, we haven't felt pregnant yet. Oh, shit. Unless it's just us mentally sick. What, that are the Adams family? Maybe, mate, we got special skills. Yep, that tree can't be cut down. You know, someone always there in fairyland, you know. But they're really in your shoes, you know. Yeah, you're about to cut. You're walking in, about to cut a tree down. You're walking in. And they're, hit that one there. You know. Yeah. Parts of nature self-fundamentally built in to keep us all crowding. Yeah. But that's where I ask myself as well, like, if I believe in religion, then where do I go with it? Wouldn't Adam reincarnate? Oh, wait, you're saying that yellow omnibus up there in space is actually the bus where we actually are right now and you're in? Yeah, mate, I'm the roller. I'm the traveller. All right. Then the world that you guys are in, obviously down there in the moon. You know, the sun was just there to energize it. And so, yeah. And then obviously you got street lights these days and headlights and flashlights and torches and stuff, you know, so you don't really need the sun anymore. Oh, it's just night time all the time. Be way cooler. You save so much heating and gas problems, you know? Like, god damn, so much cooler. Your weather would be perfect every day. Individual link, probably, I'm sure, mate. If you're a bit cold, you can stand straight under a street light. And I mean, the shower just turns straight on and it's nice and warm. The lights these days are reading out. Oh, shit, yeah. Shit, yeah. It's amazing. The future. Yeah, it's really amazing. We'll get back to my today, you know. How we all just sort of stood around the waterfalls and didn't go very far. Ate in summer and kept cool in winter. Barramundi was the first fish that dove deep. I think it was in Mexico. Dove deep and went for a massive tunnel when the surf brought him in. And ended up in the canyon. But it's a little bit of a waterfall. Oh, shit. Straight on someone's leg. No, it wasn't on a Monday. It wasn't. There wasn't any days back then on those weekends. Oh, shit. Then I think about all those doctors that judge mentally sick. Just because we don't fit the rules and schemes that people have made. You know, back then there was a mass terror plot. We've got to put some legal structure in that police could get in there earlier. Or some sort of crew can come in to target that one there. He's looking like a psychopath or something like that, you know. What are psychopaths naturally here? What do you think about that one? I'll probably debate that and say maybe not. So if it's not there, then maybe we've gone wrong if there's psychopaths in this world. Well, that's brilliant reassurance, mate. So is it that we are today that we've made that present forth so many illnesses, so many more struggles, and so much debate in us? Because after a while we all challenged that judge, you know, and we said, I'll be the one to judge. And we all tried to claim, yeah, I'll be that one. But still, here I am talking about a bloke's drum that I threw. And I don't know if that's actually the case of what went down. I just know how proud he was to tell me that she cheated on me, you know, and I'm not even sure if she actually did. Yeah. And so if she didn't, well, it's skeptical. Well, that's what I mean. Everyone will choose to deny what I've said. No matter who they are. No matter who they are, they'll choose to deny. And my girlfriend or the partner at the time definitely said that she didn't cheat on me. So I told her when we first got together the first night, that if you ever cheat on me, let me know straight away, you know? Don't keep it from me. So it'll bloody ruin me and make me sick. I'd rather you tell me straight up and be honest. So she would have told me. You know, and I asked her about it once her mate told me that she did, you know? But still, it is an example of a story. It is, isn't it? Well, it's real experience at the same time that it's knowledge been expressed as a journal. And now I'm judging the situation unclean of what could be. And how am I meant to judge the situation unclean of what could be if I've been lied to, attacked on both sides? All I'm saying is there's a way to go about business. The way you handle yourselves when businesses don't arrange the same way that you need them to means that you can't meet in the same agreement of where one would face themselves unequal. When you hear about what it is that you face today, then is tomorrow going to be that same debate? Or would your challenge be not there that you are? But when you're not there today and comes tomorrow, where here today you face the challenge, then you walk tomorrow into the same challenge. But today's challenge is different to what tomorrow's is. No, today's challenge is what today's challenge is. Tomorrow you walk into the same challenge, but here today what it means to take that challenge on. It could be against a whole different person, but then affects the universe. All those kids with trauma from childhood or teenage years, they cater to that development, the balancing of that storm. Then all of a sudden they come into their shoes. That's mainly what we're talking about. And for that day that they weren't here, Jesus was riding for them. So they have more insight than the rest of us would have that haven't lived a day or a half day with Jesus. Looks like I start waiting, yeah. So we're all dressed about the same, laid back and very nervous. Because we know how hard it is to debate about anything in this real world. Like talking this sort of stuff, people just go, oh, he's crazy, lunatic trying to be saved. You know, he knows he's done wrong. How can mum be affected by everyone else? So like me, for example, got told I'm the son, you know, you're my son. Therefore, every male I couldn't meet with properly, and every female I wanted to bloody deny and hide from. So every bloke you wanted to be close to, every bloke I wanted to be close to, and every girl I couldn't get close enough to. I'd be only close enough till I'd met her father to find out if he's the one or not. Yeah, get a sniff there. No, that's not him. That's not him. That's not him. So still I haven't found it. What in this world? Ah, like my Dr. Judges. What I said to him last time I seen him. He said, oh, sometimes. I said, oh, well, I believe in God. I'm his child. God takes care of me. And then he said, I'll tell you my opinion and you tell me what you think. And I felt like saying, look, I just told you, I'm one of God's child, so I'm all good. God's taking care of me. I don't need the medicine anymore like I've been telling you for 6 to 18 months, because God can see a bit better than you can, doctor. And if you sometimes believe in God, then you understand that God's a lot more capable than what you are of determining how someone's well-being is when it's inside them. But instead, I end up saying back to his opinion, which was maybe get on the 6-month dosage, and for up to 2 years, you'll be on the medicine, And it's been more than 2 years, and I've been on it 9 years, basically. And my situation, since the day I started having fires in my head, and I've tried talking to him about it, but he just keeps going on about the 6-month medicine, get on the 6-month injection, and my head's on fire at the end of just 1 month injection. So I'm thinking, well, at the end of the 6 months, it's going to be even bloody worse, isn't it? And not only that, for the whole last 9 years that I've been on it, I can't process thoughts. So it comes out when I'm high and I just talk. I might get a little grasp of what I could say clearly 9 years ago if I wasn't on the bloody medicine. It's no wonder I'm a bit chaotic and lunatic-y. It's because I don't actually process thoughts at all, That's what the medicine stops you from doing. That's what they want to do. So the world can't hear me clearly. Because I don't want anyone to hear from one of God's men when I know God's the biggest. But see, that's just me thinking about it. I actually haven't processed the thought properly. So if my neighbours are concerned about me, then why don't they tell my doctor to piss off? I thought the world would be waiting to hear from one of God's messengers. Just when the Messenger app came out, Facebook Messenger. God logged on. Hi, God here to help. Obviously, Messenger. Oh, yes. Yes. I forgot about all that sort of stuff. Divine occurrences. So I think God was telling you guys out there that beat me up that he was here to help you. Because I tried to put him lower than me. Saying, thanks God for living that life for me. I'm here now. You can bloody leave now. I've got it all going. I'm all good now, God, Thanks God. Yep, the sun came to help you, God, because I knew you were struggling with that life that you had to live for me. I was up there in heaven watching over going, oh, God damn, I see why he gave me a seat up here. I could have gone through that myself. God damn. I could have done what he had to do, mate, just to get me here. Because obviously God's got to come before the sun. Yeah. How else could the sun arrive? But wait, it can't even be God then. Wait, it could be. That's what I mean. This world wouldn't know. What if in the beginning, islands, that they realised on every island, there was one word for that up there and it was called sun. Then they went to other islands and they just said, no, there was never a word for that. They made their own story, God's son, because they knew one day sun would come, And they tried to own the sun. So they wanted him on their side so they could get away with what they're doing. That's what you truly believe, ain't it? Yeah, that's what I truly believe, yeah. I just can't float in a fish tank, thinking that that fish can't swim from Australia all the way to Africa. You know, it might not be able to do it. But still, it can get close enough to talk to an African fish on the way. And say, oh, look, this swim way. Oh, one swim. Oh, one swim, like, yeah. Yeah, mate, yeah. You had legs in. Like, from above. Yeah. Oh, yep. They said, come this way. To me, back there at the beach. Oh, yeah. What colour? Oh, yeah. Yeah, not sure. Either way, the fish turns. When it's dead, turns up. It does, doesn't it? But not in the ocean. Floats down. Salt body floats down. Does. So in a freshwater tank that it floats up. Does it just get eaten? Bloody hell. I'm not sure. Still, the world without faith will say this kid's beaten. But he's still showing us so much weight. You know, like, look at what could have happened. Oh, this mate's not God. We judged him. Oh, this mate ain't clear. We judged him. Now look what we got to listen to. Oh, look, this mate's not from round here and he's speaking religion. Let's beat him. Oh, this mate's a rich, indulgent prick who just fakes all this illness. You know, he's master actor. Wanted to be a celebrity. Got told he was special when he was 18. What a prick. Let's beat him. Then at the same time, well, what's he think about them beating him? Can he judge them for beating him? So is it that once you've been judged, you can measure with the same cup that you've been measured with? So the moment that we get judged, boy or girl, then we can measure other people, boys or girls. That's why we say, no, that one's a girl. When really they're a 6 foot bloody tyrant. Oh, I see Jesus plays with us all at home. You know, it makes you think, oh, you're a girl, mate, you're a girl. When you get messages from people when you're just walking through the crowd, you know, the things that stick up to you. You know, like you're just walking through and you hear, oh, yeah, this is my baby girl. And you go, oh, and it pricks up for you for some reason, you know, you go, oh, they calling me a girl and they think I'm a baby girl. That's just what Jesus, like, you know, what was that, mate? He does it before the bloke says baby girl because he's the one that's about to say it there. So he's walking someone through the shop. Perfect timing, you know, mate. Jesus would cater to everything in sync, mate. He would, mate. He's even got that show, sinking the super yacht. Sinking the super yacht, mate. The next yacht. Yeah, it's not a boat like the old rigs. It's a yacht. Now you can climb right up it. You know, you pull the rope, start at the bottom, but you pull the rope and then straight to the top, you know. But then it flips over in space and you're coming down a waterfall back to the old rig if it's still there. Yeah. Bloody hell. He's a Nick. He's hard to be married to him. But everyone else keeps trying to take me. And Jesus doesn't want that. So I'm sorry, Marty. You know, you keep trying. But it's never going to work. I don't know if that's Jesus telling me that I can't go with Marty. Or it might even be Jesus trying to tell me that I should go with Marty. Either way, though, I know it can't be real. Because Jesus would just come and tell me. And Jesus tried to tell me the other week that it was that bloke around the corner, you know? The bloke that I just met with. He was trying to see how you take him, mate. That's why he beat you up afterwards. Because you took that bloke to beat Jesus and not actually Jesus. Oh, that's how he did he? Not how you did, Jesus. That's how I did, sorry. My partner still, I think. Don't you play now, Jesus. Don't you play now. Good evidence you stated today, mate. That's exactly what my father would do. What? Turn those boys into girls. And the girls into boys. Yes, mate. That's what he would do, mate. Bloody hell, mate. I can be that father for you, Jesus. I can be that father for you, mate. Yeah, mate. I can be that father for you, mate. Bloody hell. Bloody hell, mate. You know, I know people just send a little shiver through on Facebook on my computer there, or even my phone, you know, just a little bing. Then I chase it straight through to where they're sitting. And all I can say is bloody hell, and I don't want to say too much because I've gone on to who it is. I think we all know who it is, mate. CIA can send out one silent whisper, one silent sound, and target just one person in a massive crowd. You go, hello, mate, can you hear me? And the bloke goes, is that you, Rob? What? Did you say, can I hear you? Yeah, I can hear you. Rob says, you know. And then they go, oh, wait. Oh, so CIA does that. Yeah, that when you're hearing voices, you know, they open the door already, like, they whisper outside first. And once the door's open, they just have to send the satellite down and bounce off the window outside and boom, you hear the voice. Don't open the door for everyone at once. What do you mean? All doors need to be opened if we're teleporting today. You know. Now it's funny how the aliens travel. You know, they run me as the train. So whenever I've got a train of thought going, which is all the time, you know, but when it starts basically, so I have 2 days rest and the train runs. While the train's running, they can jump on a link on at any time and assign it now over the internet. Back in the old days, wherever I was that they could travel to. So when my train of thought started, hi, my name is Gordon and I'm here today to show you how to cook recipes. It'd carry on for like maybe 4 or 5 days when I was doing up on the hill and shit. Yeah. They could just travel straight from outer space. Yep, land here. Thank you, mate. Thank Jesus. And get on the boat and travel anywhere around the world and convince everyone I'm evil and real stuff as well at the same time. But these days, because it's on the internet, they can just set up the satellites travel from outer space, ride the train of thought for a bit, then through the camera to satellite in Egypt, and down there on the pyramids, and they're bloody there. And they're traveling like that. E.T. extraterrestrials. No way. No way. That's evident, mate. That's evident, mate. It's crazy what those monogamous bastards created. Or what they still choose to create. I think you got him, Daddy. You got him. You've got that devil, Daddy. You've got that devil, Daddy. Well, you put the devil down. I think Daddy might have beat the devil in a lesson of behaviour, mate. Show the devil how evil it is, mate. Yes, maybe, mate. Maybe, mate. Maybe, mate. Maybe, mate. Or is that just the devil doing all this showing? The devil's just showing the world what I believe in so they can christen me a bit more to be in delusion about it. Maybe, mate. That might be what he's up to. Might be what he's up to. Otherwise, he might be talking to a bloke on the other side of the screen saying this one needs more help than anyone. Yes, but he's there working out with bloody ideas when we're walking around the house sometimes, you know? Well, he was saying the CIA and she just travel straight through the train when your thought process is rolling. Yeah, mate, basically that's how it works. Yeah, they get the thought process running. Then that train just takes off straight away, you know? It's travelling around that picture that I drew, like, the way I've designed it. You know, that's where my brain is travelling, you know? It's basically the internet itself. So when you're on the internet and shit, pretty much that's my brain that we're scrolling through. All the satellite work and all that, that's just manual handling. Like, it's actually all in the trees. You know, that's through the sun and the rainbow. They realised once there was a second rainbow that might be a different link up to what they first scanned. So the first rainbow they used, and that's what that rainbow does. But then they thought maybe the second rainbow is not the same. They originally thought 2 rainbows was just a mirror effect. You know, she's shining off the water and a pixelated one is shining above as well. So it's just the first one shining on the ocean. and it's like at the back side of it, like on a glary day. Like, but then they realise it might be a different spectrum. So they realise, yeah, we can pretty much make it what we wish to. And they made it, yeah, hotspot and signal line and Wi-Fi adapter. And then they stretched out an internet circuit and just bled it straight into the tree line for the greens matched. Bloody hell. For the greens matched. The greens matched. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. That's crazy. You said this one's hatched. I think he's pretty hacked. Yeah, I think I'm pretty hacked, but coping with it. You know, all the bullshit that they showed me? Got right out there in my head. Devil was playing a bit of trickery. Everything got right into me. Then I made it up and it became real. So already gave me delusions. I said I got grandiose beliefs, and I was like, oh, so I was a beer that you guys poured water into, and now no one can take me serious about whatever I'm saying. And also they can like put a bit of poison in me. Then I'll dilute it and make it like clean again. Because I still know that I'm the beer. So basically you can pour anything into me. Then I return to being the sun because I know that's true. And when that happens, it becomes back to a new beer, you know. And then all that shit they pour in along the way becomes real. Because I know I'm real still. Plus what I pour in myself, like it's the end and shit. You're the devil, mate. Don't tell the world any of this, mate. You can't. Oh, I just really did. No, you haven't actually. You haven't actually. Now, if that doctor down the government there actually heard me speak within 20 hours before saying I've got mania and psychosis and giving me antipsychotics, then they would have realised, oh, he's just came in to see if he's like other patients here and been told they're the son when they're a child. Then they would have gone, oh, no one else has been told that, mate. And I would have gone, oh, sweet, thank you, you've helped me then. I know it's just me and I'm really the son. Otherwise I would have been stressing out that heaps of children get told it, and it could be psychics or, yeah, it could be something other than being the son of God, you know. Sweet, I'll be on my way then. But instead they didn't see me within 20 hours to even hear what I had to speak about. And then said I got grandiose beliefs, and after that I was like, well, shit, I knew I was the son, this was what I only went there for. So if that government didn't break the law, then, yeah, my life wouldn't have turned upside down. But because that boy's bongo drum got thrown, then this all happened, you know? And because they judged me with another instance with another partner, that I couldn't see the full length of what was going on, and also make an eradicated move to prevent what I seen going on. And in this world that we're living with, the criminal world, they weren't happy about what I did to like correct that understanding that was misplaced there. So they had to send me to mental ward because I'm a dog. But they couldn't judge what the son is, could they? You know, the son's not a dog, he's the son. So are you guys all cats then? If you know what a dog is? Because only a dog really knows what a dog is. And this dog knows that he's the son. Very good, mate. Okay. I have to admit the honesty that sometimes I'm putting a bit of a show on about what I've been through in the past. You know, I'm a bit better with it these days and coping with it a lot better. But still, some things there need to be redealt, I believe, you know. Because you must all be cats then, I guess. To say that one's a dog, you know, that's a bum, you know. You know. So I guess you must be bums yourself. If to call someone a bum, you have to be a bum yourself, otherwise you've got no idea what you're looking at, you know? Like to an actual ass. Like ass was, like whenever you say, hey, that's a nice ass, the actual face turns around. I mean, your mates next to you to have a look, you know? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It's pretty blunt faced. Oh, shit. No wonder he's so shy, mate. No wonder he's so shy, mate. He's know he's got evil down to the right side, mate. He's got it down to the blind ankle, mate. Yeah. Another world happened, I guess, or another world didn't happen, or didn't match up to what shouldn't have happened. Yeah, mate. It's hard being a bastard's child. Bastard. Well, God didn't even have a partner, you know? Unless Mary was God, so then, well, that's Big Mama, isn't it? So then, oh shit, so I am the world's son then. Yeah, well, she wouldn't send me down under if I'm not their son as well, would she? She wouldn't send me there. That's what I thought. But only the Indigenous can answer that, because they'll know dead right if their spirit or their God told me that I'm the son, because they actually live off the land and not the land. So some headbusters I can't actually fully get around because people wouldn't even be honest. Like if it was the Indigenous, they wouldn't say, yeah, that was us, you know. They might say over the psychic phone here and that, but they wouldn't say together. Like if I actually asked them, they would never admit to it because they'd be like their place to, you know, like, no, we didn't tell you that. Like, yeah. They'd probably throw a seed in at that time to confuse you and drain you. Yeah, like other people do as well. I know they do. Those ones that still live in the land. Yeah. I think they're doing it right anyway. The Indigenous. No, well, what I actually believe it is, it's not actually the Indigenous, the actual native Aboriginals of Australia. They've been given away with plan. But the ones that lived at the land over in Egypt or wherever they're actually from, they still live there. And you can change what you look like and all that sort of stuff, you know, pretty much become a dragon and that sort of shit. Teleport and get around a lot easier and all that sort of stuff, you know. Pretty much do whatever you want, basically. Yeah, there might be the Knights or something here. That's what I actually think it is. It can't just be people wearing suits. If it's people just wearing suits like made in China and that, like Helgood CIA ones, then it wouldn't be fabricated, you know, it'd be something like evil. But still, I haven't seen it on TV yet. But I have sort of these days. Where people swap bodies and stuff, there's always that sort of stuff, you know. And I'll never put the full truth on the TV. Because then, you'll spot straight onto it like everyone would. Yeah. But I guess you only meet those rich royals if you're a prick, you know. Otherwise, they don't send in the whole asset. Once the Knights came to me, then I said, well, shit, I'm there. It's going to take the king. I've already got him checked. King of Kings, mate. Bloody hell, mate. Bloody hell, mate. Oh, shit. 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 Bloody hell. Got that summed up pretty well, son. I'm not looking not too bad. Guess they've always been waiting to see the sun. Just to learn about what life actually means. You know, what we can do about it. You know, you guys were just meant to still struggle for, all being your corners, you know. 16 posting on all in shade huts still. Then I would have come and said, yep, this is what we got on. You know, not much at the moment. You know, we've still got heaps of cattle coming in. Just go looking for it at the same time of the year, and it'll always be there. You know, it always will be there. You just turn that right creek, take that right creek down under, come out the other side on the blinder, and you'll find the cattle just lurking around there. But go right time of year, otherwise you'll just be blanket and you get lost out there. Blanket smog. Oh, shit. But the other side of the world will be different, won't it? See that? But same time, isn't it? Yes, Daddy. You're wayward in this season, Daddy. You're definitely wayward in this season, Daddy. Definitely way up the tip, Daddy. You ever got it accurate at all, Daddy? You definitely don't have it accurate, Daddy. You don't, Daddy. We can't show anyone this show, Daddy. We can't, Daddy. They'd all be onto us then, Daddy. No, they wouldn't. They just see me as crazy. That's what I mean. They all know that you're crazy. Then they'll completely disown you and just... They rip right into you everywhere you go, mate. All those nights already are. They're already flowing in. Oh, shit. 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 Yeah, that's what they basically want every human being to do. Make up delusions in their own head. And they come through and do a healing. Take out all our delusions. And get special powers and shit, you know? Yeah. So they basically come in like this. Yummy! And they take the belief, you know, that it's in their belly. And they keep going. Yummy! And they go right around until they... And they go in the way they went out. And then they take the feed with them in their belly, you know? And they take all our delusions and own them. Yeah, I think so. That's what being shaman is in the plane. You know, give us all these beliefs of where we're living in our man's world, you know, in the man's world, the man's kingdom, all the beliefs that we have. And they come through and eat them all. And they keep them for themselves, you know? All these special powers and that stuff. Yeah. But one thing they can't do is heal someone. No, that they pretty much live in there. Oh, well, they bleed the beliefs. Yeah, they drill the beliefs in. You make your own reality and all this sort of stuff, you know? Everyone pretty much makes the exact same. Because they've been doing it for thousands of years to us. But then their children come in and steal it to get the same powers that their ancestors had, you know? But they say this season I provided a lot more than anyone's ever provided. Whole another kingdom to live in, which they experienced. All my creations, they lived in like a day, they said, or a week. It was just a weekend trip. They want more now, you know, keep coming up with new ideas. That's basically like all you see on TV. You know, someone came up with Superman. That was someone's belief that got stolen. Someone actually lived it. Feeling a bit embarrassed there, are you, Junkie Jesus? No, mate, that's the devil you got now, mate. Devil's feeling a bit embarrassed now, feeding me all this bullshit. Yummy, Daddy! Yummy! Yummy, Daddy! Is that what she does in your head? Yes, mate, he does, the bloody devil, mate. He's not a he or a she. It's my good pal. Does it work though? He's very good at anti-structural belief systems. You think it's now worked, but it's still real. I can bring him back at any time. I'm the chef that made him. Well, that's right. But I was cooking them for you. He likes making them not there. Because no one should have special powers in his degree. Only Jesus the Messiah has such a degree. So Jesus gives you the special gifts and the devil comes and takes them away. Because he thinks only Jesus should have special gifts. Yeah. The devil's gift is taking them. But Jesus' gift is giving them. Oh, yeah. Then us in the middle go, oh, that gift worked. And then Jesus has to create another one now, you know. The devil will get that one eventually. It's the same as how I can cook him again. The devil just sends me on the same route to take him out, you know. So I think I'm actually building houses for a lot of the subdivision kids. Because they just keep going in a cycle to make the same beliefs again. The next one comes in and does like yummy daddy. I guess the beliefs to get the superpowers, you know? Ah, right. 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 That's like when you're cleaning the gutters or the downpipes. So they climb up a tree on the ladder. Yeah. They get in the tree and wear the downpipes, you know, so they just take the leaves from this one and put it in that one. That's why I got gutter guard, mate. That's why I got gutter guard, mate. No, mate. They'll get in there, mate. Don't you worry, mate. No, mate. I've got gutter guard in all of my building, mate. I've got everything installed these days, mate. Got those anti-security locks. Anti-security locks. Yeah, mate. Dust resistant, mate. I reckon if dust gets in the locks, then when someone goes to turn the key, boom, dust just comes straight through. Doesn't matter if it's the right key or not. Or dust just blows straight out the dealer there because the key goes to turn. You know, it might not turn, but it still turns but doesn't unlock. So like the dust breaks the seal and gets straight in. And once you know that you would believe such a thing that CIA would actually do to kids, then what do you need? Even anti-security locks wouldn't do. Anti-security locks, mate. I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure. So I guess at the end of the day, all that work that you guys told me you done for me when I was listening to the radio, you know, what was it? Plumbing. We fixed up those leaks. We fixed up those leaks in the building and shit for you, you know. Yep. Might need you back in this year. Might need you back in. I just under warranty. Is there someone out there that can take away the devil? You yourself, I believe, mate. Nah, I believe the devil actually lives with all of us. As soon as you get tempted, then you're pretty much a sinner for life. Till Jesus comes and anchors him down a bit. The devil's in all of us. Ain't that what they say? The devil's in all of us. The devil's everywhere, yeah. The devil's everywhere. World the knee. Jesus is in the world. World the knee. World it. World it. World it knee. World it knee. World a knee knee. Knee. ED. ED then. ED then, mate. ED. It's my official ED badge. Edited. Capped on the corner blocks. No more profile, mate. No more profile. You slide it up. Can't get the wall plate on. Can't get the solid on top. Bloody hell, mate. Oh, sorry, Jet. Yep, Jet's ready for a sleep. Okay. Bloody hell, that's nail biting. Bloody hell, Dan. You're not so monogamous yourself. I don't know what the word really means, but it's a word to use. Because it's the most sophisticated word normally used. Well, that's real, mate. Why don't you teach us other sophistication words? It's just a working word then, isn't it? No. Monogamous people don't work in that sentence that I said. Because you were developing a meaning, weren't you? Maybe. Like I said, sometimes when you're already gone, then no one can really creep up on you, you know? Yep. 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 Yeah. I think I'm gone already as well. These days, I think we walk in at about 13, 14, we're just gone. We see ya. Same thing. Unless drugs come in, then we might stay for... Oh, sorry, that's happening at the moment. People stay for a little bit longer these days, but 23, maybe 24. And see ya. I'm gone. Let's get your rack going. And then, yeah, you can rack order. Rack order and pretty much make your rack whatever you want to make your rack. I live in a subdivision. Yeah, so every rack owner owns a rack, you know? So there's one rack, you just basically buy a shelf. So shelf. You get a rack, you take the shelf, and that's where the whole world is, you know? So even if you're on that shelf, doesn't matter where you go up the rack, you know, it's the whole world's yours. Because when you walk in, everyone's clean. I mean, that's how the rack industry works. Otherwise, it don't make sense why they're all about starting a rack. Start their own rack. Raccoon. Like Sudoku puzzles. But sodomy for bastards. You want to start your own rack. Yeah, that's what I mean. Those codes never work out. And all those codes always get shut down. Well, you can start your own rack and have your own order. That's right, you have to fit into the order that's already here. It's your rack. No way, can you? What do you mean? You get your shelf and the whole world sits there. Once you buy your rack, then there's no other dealer. You know, they're on their own rack. That's what the racks are. No, I don't think so. No, you got to get your corner. Yeah, but that's one person's rack still, you know? So you might get your corner in one town, but that's someone's rack. Where your corners are, you know? So it's still one bloke running every... Of course, it's his subdivision. One bloke monitors the whole town, doesn't he? Right. One night or alien angel. Right. Hope we're safely providing, still King Charlie. This one went a bit wayward. Well, you're not meant to use, actually, Travis. Well, you got me sick. You know, one of the local psychics said, no, keep using it on this mission. Get this mission done first. So unless the son came in and owns a rack. Has a rack, yeah. Has a rack. What? And then someone else has a bloody rake as well. Yeah, the Spaniards. That's just used to. Oh, the Italians and Spaniards, yeah. You know, Spain. How they do the pyramid with people. They're clearly trying to represent that they built the pyramids, you know? Yeah. Well, that's what we did after we took out Egypt. Actually, it was called Artesian China. Artesian China, I think it was called. No, you did not, mate. No, well, that's where we both used to live. In Egypt. Yeah, and we moved out. No way. Yeah. Egypt's in Africa, isn't it? It is. Ah, yeah. So you're saying that you get your own rake, then the whole community becomes yours. And if someone has their own rake, then the whole community is theirs. So the community just splits into double. No, that's what I mean. It's your rake if it's your rake. So everyone in the town on the separate corners are in one rate. That's right, yeah. So if you start your own thing, you get moved on to the next one, but you only find hassle, you know? Alright, I'll move all you on then. Back to outer space. Oh wait, didn't I already say? 2 weeks eviction notice. Oh, so that was Mama Mary saying, if I don't see improvement in 2 years' time, I'm going to react. And bang, came all this. You're an idiot. They want to move you on out of town. Yes, they will. They'll try that beater on me. No, they won't, mate. Why would they, mate, if someone else gets their wicket? Especially if it is your rake. I don't know about it. I don't know about it. I don't know about it. Righto, there's the boss to every underside. Just say Charlie's the big boss, mate, and you just manage to just rack for him. I don't know if I do. I don't know, it could be my cousin or something. I got mentally sick, so it might not be me. Mine's the one on the inside still, maybe. No, I'm on the one on that side, I think, maybe. Oh, yeah, mate. I think it's my dad's area. I'm still not sure on that. We wouldn't really tell him because a lot of people would be jealous. You know, I want to get that something out of that prick. He doesn't pay us for doing it. We just have to feed the routine, basically. But Charlie doesn't pay us for doing it. No, Dad laid bricks every day of his life. Well, since he was 15 anyway, yeah. Unless it was Christmas time, Easter, or some funeral. You know? What time I was playing soccer. Well, I don't think that's true. Dad never told me that. People just convinced me that's what it is. I think that's what they told the Indigenous, mate. Yes, and then they come all after me and get away clean scathed. Yeah, but all day, they're married to him anyway, aren't they? Yeah, that's what I mean. So they're all crimps. 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 I think it was made in Australia. That's the only place that actually is. Methamphetamine. Maybe not these days. Maybe not sure. Yeah, not sure. Not sure. Can't really speculate on such things. It's not really about what it is. It's about what you take, you know. Oh, this is succulent meat. Oh, yeah. What is it? Camel. Oh, God. Bit rough. But still, it's not high. Unless it's late. Or it wouldn't work. Would we? With Jesus, you won't work. No, not with Jesus. Jesus, I've already dated. Is he dating his cousin nowadays? Or did you get abused when you were younger as well? You wouldn't really see Jesus. Like, not even those ones who get really abused don't really see him, you know? Like, he's still there wherever you might be. He can't leave the body. If he did, you'd be dead. And I know he's not dead. And when you do die, well, that's when you see him. Otherwise, he doesn't really talk. That's right. It shows emotional signs. He knows it. He knows it. He knows it. And so, yeah, you can say to yourself, where would I live without the light? So even if you think Jesus ain't where you're standing, well, yes, he is, mate. He takes that pain when you're standing up. That's a lot of weight to put on the ground, you know. Then he impersons it back to the bloody ground to hold you up. But then there's no pain for himself. He's got to take it out somewhere, doesn't he? And that's what really beat me up in the end, you know, just so his brother could try to save me. And they done the official crossover, didn't they? The devils end up coming through and eating out all those disorders. I'll get that, daddy. Yummy! And Jesus comes like, oh, you goddamn devil, I gave him that for a reason. So I'm going, what should I put it back in now, Jesus? Like, do what you said, Jesus. No, you should do, I'll do the work. Everywhere you go, I'll be there, mate. Makes sense. I know that's true. What was actually founding there? If it can't be late, then don't mate. If it can be mate, then don't fake. And if you have to fake it, then don't make it. Because still there's not this day that wasn't before any day. But later on that day, you'd say, what day was this? And that day wasn't this day. It was a mistaken day. Then that day became. And they asked, what's this day? And I knew not this day was this day. Because that day ain't that day. And I play myself sometimes in the confusion like you guys try to play me. It's like the same baiting routine. You try to tell me, don't go to that day, go to Marty's day instead. You know, Marty wants me to go to his little corner shop, you know. Then the other side comes in and goes, don't go to bloody Marty, we hate Marty, you know. Good on you, Travis, for beating Marty up, he's bloody ruined. Just so I'm going somewhere, you know. Because it is one person's rake. Now, if it's not Marty's rake, or the other side's rake, then whose rake really is it? The easier option is just say, Travis, would you like getting a year subscription? You know, so you can just get the closest one. And it'll be the same stuff, whichever stuff you like. You know, it'll be, once you get a year subscription, you know, then you just pay so much a month for so much a week. And it's just the same every week, you know. That'd be a lot easier way to manage that syndicate option. I'm playing syndicate option now. There's a syndicate. Yeah, syndicate is everyone on the corners. That's the syndicate, you know, managed by one rake owner. Very well hidden. Everything is out there. Everything is out there. Trust me, God's linguistics is hard spoken. But still, it's not degreed. It's not really. No. You're an alien bastard, mate. Still, I look at it and I wonder what was this about. Oh, that's right. I remember now. Well, is that the one? Is it that? Oh, so it is that. It is that. It is that. Jehovah's the witness, you know. He witnesses everything. He runs the market. You know, he walks along any corner line. Corner stockpile, yep. But he's seen through walls before the days you're even looking outside of yourself. Wherever you turn, there he is, you know. Look at that wall right there. I can see his eyes right. There's one eye, and there's the other eye right next to it. Oh, he comes back normal. Oops, he's hiding. You can't point him out. He's making it obvious. Now you can see the two big eyes there. Big nose. And yeah, he's got his hands ready to fight. Yeah, it's all seen that way. Ah, bloody hell, mate. One eye. Nose. Moustache. And lips. Bloody hell, mate. That's Jehovah, you're saying. Jehovah's Witness. That means Jehovah is the witness. Don't even knock on houses anymore. They just pull up with their brolly down the bloody on the grass, you know. Yeah. Have market boards out and stuff. Because the streets got too big to walk, I think, mate. That's probably why, yeah. Well, that's in public meeting places, then, you know, that should be illegal. Not under human rights, mate. Not under human rights, mate. I know, that's true.